Integrated Marketing Communications in Advertising and Promotion. Chapter 9. Internet and Traditional Advertising Media. Overview of Internet and Traditional Advertising Media. Appreciate the magnitude, nature and potential for Internet advertising. Be familiar with two key features of Internet advertising. First is individualization and second is interactivity. Understand how Internet advertising differs from advertising in conventional mass-oriented advertising media, as well as how the same fundamentals apply to both general categories of ad media. Understand the various forms of Internet advertising such as display ads, rich media, email advertising, weblogs, search engine advertising and advertising via behavioral targeting. Appreciate the importance of measuring Internet advertising effectiveness and the various metrics used for this purpose. This slide will explain about the Internet as an advertising medium. The Internet's evolving IMC roles. First is building demand. Second is conducting transactions. Third is filling orders. Fourth is providing customer service. And the last one serving as an advertising medium. Issues and concerns are important because it will increasing flow of advertising revenue to the Internet. Consumer control of information received. Versatility and effectiveness of Internet communications in targeting and reaching customers. The two I's of the Internet, individualization and interactivity. Individualization recognizes that the Internet user has control over the flow of information. Interactivity is the capabilities that the Internet gives users to select the information that they perceive as relevant. The capabilities that the Internet gives brand managers to build relationships with customers via two-way communication. Table 13.1 shows about Internet advertising formats. First is websites. Second is display or banner ads. For example, rich media formats, pop-ups, interstitials, superstitials and video ads. Third are blogs, podcasts, social networks. Fourth is email. For example, opt-in versus spam, e-zines, wireless email advertising and mobile phone advertising. Next is search engine advertising. For example, keyword matching advertising, content-targeted advertising. The last one is advertising via behavioral targeting. We have four rich media advertising format. First is pop-ups. Second is interstitials. Third is superstitials. And the last one is video ads and webisodes. This slide will explain more about blogs, podcasts and social networks. Blogs are written by individuals to exchange their views on issues, for example products and brands, with others in online forums. Blogs also citizen journalism, online word of mouth, and an interactive medium that businesses can use to connect with customers and appear more credible. Podcasts are self-produced radio-style online programs to which consumers can subscribe and enable advertisers to target consumers who have self-selected programs of interest to them. The last one is social networks. Social networks allow users to interact with friends, share opinions and information, and create online communities. It also developed by businesses enable consumers to learn from one another and to share their experiences. For example, P&G's The People's Choice. Mattel's BarbGirls.com. Social networks are presently unproven marketing tool. Now we move to email advertising. Email as an effective marketing tool, because it can delivering advertising messages, providing sales incentives to mass audiences or targeted groups, and can sending junk mail, spamming, and phishing. Opt-in emailing. is the process of marketers asking for permission to send messages to consumers. Avoids the flow of irrelevant inbound messages. It allows marketers to provide targeted information that is of interest to the receiver. Next is email magazines, e-zines. E-zines are free magazine-like publications that deliver specialized content and credible advertising messages to targeted audiences. The last one is wireless email advertising, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi allows users to connect to the Internet through Wi-Fi hotspots. Offers significant marketing potential in its ability to message consumers with pertinent offers from stores close to their location. Major mass advertising media. United States spending in mass advertising media totaled approximately $190 billion in a recent year. This chart explains spending percentages by media type. Newspaper is the highest with percentage 31%, followed by television with percentage 42%. And at the third place is magazines with percentage 16%. The lowest percentage is radio with 11%. Which advertising medium is best? There are factors in the choice of best advertising media. First is advertisers' objectives. Second is creative needs. Third is competitive challenge. And the last one is available budget. This slide explains about newspaper readership and buying newspaper space. 53 million U.S. households read newspaper during week and nearly 55 million on Sundays. Historically leading medium but in constant decline. Buying newspaper space. Standardized Advertising Unit, SAU, system. 1 column equals to 21/16 inches. 2 columns equals to 41/4 inches. 3 columns equals to 67/16 inches. 4 columns equals to 85/8 inches. 5 columns equals to 1013/16 inches. And the last is 6 columns equals to 13 inches. Space depth is from 1 inch to 21 inches. Space rates apply to ROP, run of press. They also provide premium rates for preferred space positioning. Table 12.1 explains about newspaper advertising's strengths and limitations. Newspaper strengths are: audience in appropriate mental frame to process messages, mass audience coverage flexibility, ability to use detailed copy, and timeliness. Newspaper limitations are: clutter, not highly selective medium, higher rates for occasional advertisers, Metacore reproduction quality, complicated buying for national advertisers, and lastly changing composition of readers. Table 12.2 explain about magazine advertising strengths and limitations. The strengths are: some magazines reach large audiences, selectivity, long life, high reproduction quality, ability to present detailed information, ability to convey information authoritatively. And the last one is high involvement potential. The limitations are: not intrusive, long lead times, clutter, somewhat limited geographic options, variability of circulation patterns by market. Table 12.4 explain about radio advertising's strengths and limitations. The strengths are: ability to reach segmented audiences, intimacy, economy, short lead times, transfer of imagery from TV, use of local personalities. The limitations are: clutter, no visuals, audience fractionalization, buying difficulties. Table 12.7 explain about television advertising strengths and limitations. The strengths are: Demonstration ability. Intrusion value. Ability to generate excitement. One-on-one reach. Ability to use humor. Effective with sales force and trade. And lastly is ability to achieve impact. The limitations are: rapidly expanding cost, erosion of viewing audiences, audience fractionalization, zipping and zapping. And the last one is clutter.